G'day everyone, and good evening, and welcome to tonight's official coverage of round 7 again, I think, after last week's bit of a postponement, but it's round 7 for Asrnz's 2022 Season 1 GT3 series. We're back at Misano. I'm Davo. And beside me is a good friend and a legendary racer, JB. How are you doing, brother?
Welcome, Davo, and welcome, viewers. It's great to be here at Misano, Asrnz round 7.
Yes.
And beside my good friend, Davo, too.
Thank you.
How we doing, bud?
We are doing well. It's like rinse and repeat. We're back. And I say rinse and repeat, and I think that's... it means something here tonight because it was pissing down rain last week when we saw the boys practicing. We're back here at Misano and it is continuing to pour down, so plenty of rinsing going on. Little bit of a postponement last week, JB, and we're back here again.
Yes, so no fault of anyone's, and just the technical difficulties that do arise from sim racing games. We managed to get some great driver interviews there, so great insight into some of our members there. Bobby Laycock. It was really, really great to hear those voices of some of those members and how much the series means to them.
Absolutely.
And how they're going. It was great.
Yeah, some new racers and some guys that have been around for a while already, like Maxwell Hawkins and stuff. And so we sort of ran to a few guys that probably don't get talked to much throughout the season because they're not up the top pointy end of the whole thing. And just sort of gave them a voice last week, which was awesome stuff and well received. We're back again. The server looks like we're running nice and smoothly, albeit raining. But here we are again. And we're a little bit earlier again.
We are, and Davo, it's given us that great opportunity to make sure things are working for you, the viewers, and us, the broadcasters, and we can have a good opportunity to keep an eye on a bit of what's going on track there too, as they go through this free practice session leading into it. So they've got about 15 minutes to shake down before they go to a qualifying session. So no better time to, I think, just grab a couple of these drivers out on track and just have a little bit of a chat to some of the guys that we don't normally talk to.
Again,
and see how they're feeling out there.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's just pick up where we left off last week, and we'll move right on from there. So,
that's right. So we did trundle down pit lane, and we found a guy that actually missed the round 6 of Kyalami. This is Nick Davison. Do we have comms on, Nick?
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Yeah. Hey, Nick. So
welcome aboard.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Hey, look, we just wanted to check in and see how you're tracking in the championship. We did see you miss Kyalami. You were in a great position in the championship at that point, battling with Gunter for the Pro-Am class. How's your championship going so far, and what happened to the crew missing Kyalami?
Oh, unfortunately, we had some shipping issues. The last minute issue popped up at work and kind of fell through that I had to dash out. Real life circumstances kind of kicked in. I was like, can understand, but no, it's been good financially. The main key of the season I've been having is just, to be honest, just enjoying my time. Doing actually less practice and just kind of sticking to my game plan, working out a game plan and sticking to it, really.
Yeah, well, we see you driving the Lexus, and it's been a pretty strong car so far, and certainly in the hands of Jake leading the championship.
Oh, absolutely.
We see it's the conditions are a little bit different to what we've had throughout the other 6 rounds. So how's the car feeling in the wet?
Better work, but I'm sure, like these races, I always figure it out halfway through the race. So I feel it's going to be more of a conservative race for myself, and to be honest, I know there's going to be guys, definitely faster, but because they're pushing it, they're going to hopefully spin out in front of me.
Well, that's a great attitude to take a position through so other people's misfortune.
Yeah, it's kind of what I did in Bathurst. I was kind of like, I'm just going to chill out here and let these guys battle it out and try to pick a few off.
A common theme when it's a little bit wet like this too. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And any particular parts of this track that you're finding trickier than others?
Oh, it's actually I can't read the quarter to be honest. It's that I think it's one where you go you come out of that hairpin, left-hand hairpin, and you got that kind of double right-hander onto the main back straight.
Yes.
Oh, through turns 8 and 9 down to Tamonto, they call it.
That's it. That's the one. I just can't hit the line every time. Every time I hit that one, it gets me. Can't figure it out.
Different every time?
Oh, it feels it, yeah, every time.
Yeah. Well, we do see you on track actually leading down to this particular hairpin you did talk about. And so you're talking about this is the tricky section here.
Yeah, this is the one here.
Where you struggle into this right-hander.
This double apexing ride.
That's the one, yeah, double apex ride. This is the one that I got the idea. You know, our teammates have given me some tips on it, but yeah, it's like roulette. You kind of hit it sometimes you don't.
Yeah, tough to execute, and it means so much too because it is that run onto this back straight section. So.
That's the one.
Yeah, a lot to be gained for getting that exit right, really, isn't it?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
In the back straight, this part.
Oh,
and again,
condition.
Yeah, certainly a tricky part of the track there to get that as you're approaching that final complex there. At turn 13, you're coming down for 250 k's, so yeah, no surprises there. Now look, Nick, it is a long pit lane here. It's not a place you want to get a drive through, so
no.
Little bit of a tip there for you when you're racing.
Thanks.
Don't get a drive through because you'll spend half your time
going through
the pits. So.
Yeah, I've definitely figured out where my pit button is now, and kind of got all those little rookie mistakes kind of figured out for this one.
Well done. You definitely want that the pit limiter on speed dial. So,
oh yeah. Yeah, I already hit the wrong button prior, and I was sitting there going, "Oh, I'm catching up to Gumper pretty quickly."
No, way too quickly.
Guys. Yeah. Then I was like, drive from it.
Yeah.
That's why. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you're fifth in the AM class at the moment. You slip back through that missed round at Kyalami. 13th overall. Wishing you the best of luck for tonight's two sprint rounds. We'll let you get back to it. All the best, Nick.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. See you guys later.
Awesome, mate. There you go. Nick Davison, a little bit of an insight into Nick. Mine set there, a little bit slippery out there. It's quite obvious, but
slippery might be an understatement with that rain, but we do see the clouds parting a little, Davo, and the sun coming out. So we've got a wet track with a bit of sunshine on the. So
and we love that.
What do you reckon? We grab another couple of these guys.
Let's annoy someone else. Come on.
Yeah, I mean. Just while we do have the time to actually talk to some of these guys.
Well, they've had plenty of practice. It's not like we're interrupting anything.
No, we don't want to talk to them while they're driving so much. But one guy who's got his car in the pits, Aaron Enright. Do we have a comms on you, Aaron?
You do. I'm not in the pits,
and he's not in the pits.
We don't know. He's not in the pits. Well,
nice one, Aaron. How you going, mate?
Well, we're just testing.
It's all right though. I'm not going much faster than the pit lane speed limiter, so carry on.
Hey, look, you are driving the BMW. It is raining at round 7 in Misano. You are 7th in the Pro-Am Championship, 17th overall. How's that car feeling out there?
Not minding it too much actually. It's not normally a fan of the wet, but it's okay. It's feeling pretty solid.
Yeah, we just caught you going onto the back straight there, and at the very fastest part of the track here through these two double rights. Some of the cars struggling to get it stopped down here in the wet. How's it going for you?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Oh, we love it. Honest answer.
I pulled it up, so Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you are 7th on the
nothing-
timesheet. You're only 1.6 seconds off the BMW of Nick Mickendo, so a little bit of time to make up in the
sure.
wet. However, it is a double sprint round. Look, you fit in really well. You've made every round so far. You've had a bit of issues there throughout the rounds through no fault of your own, through technical issues, I do believe. What's going on there?
Oh, just the old PC. Well, the new PC just been letting me down big time. So hopefully I've got to the bottom of it. So far it's been four events which have been ruined by PC glitches. So yeah, fingers crossed.
No, that's
Better luck tonight, eh?
That's unfortunate from a new rig, mates, too. So, hope you did worked out what's going on there.
Oh, fingers crossed, like I say.
Yep.
Well, Aaron, look, we wishing you the best of luck for tonight. We hope you go well.
Cheers, guys. Looking forward to it.
We'll be watching.
Cheers.
User was moved out of your channel.
So, Davo.
Yes.
The gremlins creeping into some of these drivers through no fault of their own, and it's quite interesting, albeit it's sim racing, and real life cars do have technical issues, as do sim racers. So
they do. It's exactly right.
It can be frustrating because you know you should be further up or having a bit of a better run than you are, and that's just how those cards fall sometimes, isn't it?
And it's tough with electronics and gremlins, whether it's in real life in cars, I suppose too. You hear about it all the time with racing, and they end up changing whole looms in cars, to try and chase these things down. But it's the same in a computer. You think, oh, okay, well, why is that crash then, or why is that black screened or blue screened or whatever, and you can chase it back, and you think you got it right. Next week it does it again, and can be so deflating. So good work.
Now look, I know these
Aaron
guys
back here.
Yes. I'm noticing some of these guys are going to be going into driver briefing soon. We'll quickly grab.
We got one more.
Yeah, we're going to quickly grab Ashley down here.
Ashley, ready to go?
Welcome, Ashley.
Hello, how are we, gentlemen?
Very
Good,
well.
mate.
And yourself?
Hey.
Good.
Well, it sounds like your heart rate's down at the moment, so what
You
hope
You woke me up.
is your heart rate goes up.
You woke me up, I was having a nap.
Well, the times didn't look like it.
Hey,
No, I think I snuck a lap in when the track was a bit dryish.
Okay,
So
sneaky.
I figured I wasn't going to get any faster, so
So you just pulled it up and had a nap.
I'm just saving my energy, being an old person.
Hey, look, I won't take up too much of your time here in the booth, Ashley. We are wishing you the best of luck. How is Porsche feeling out there tonight before you go into driver's briefing?
It's all right, yeah. It's got a bit of corner exit push, and in the wet it's got a bit of everything. But it's all right. We'll plod along.
Safe enough.
Yeah.
Here you go, it's raining again. Look, it's safe enough if you don't try and drive it too hard. Yeah, just got to drive it within itself.
Yeah, look, Ashley, we will be watching. You're third on the timesheet at the moment, so that's good news. You're fourth in the championship overall. We're wishing you the best of luck. We'll keep you back to driver briefing before we also get in trouble for taking up your time. Go well, my friend.
Thank you, gents.
Good luck, Ash.
User was moved out of your channel.
There we go. See that, people, viewers, tonight, everybody watching, that's what we were trying to do last week.
And instead, the race was abandoned.
Everything turned to mush. So
if you like it, let us know, because we certainly have got more of that in the store.
yeah, of course we have. We've got plenty more drivers as we just look down the grid there. We only just touched on 3 drivers there. I just noticed Ashley's got the disabled parking spot there, so nice one, Ash. He's got the old man spot.
He did say he was having a nap.
Yes, so well done. Look, they're in driver brief. Oh, let's bring up some points. Let's have a look at the points, the overall points at the moment.
Well, what we
There
do
we
know
go.
is not much has changed, Davo, from the
No.
top. Our series leader, and going into round 7, Jake McKellar, he has been in the lead of this championship from the start. He has a
Absolutely.
commanding 22-point lead. Now, some of the other drivers might think that's a bit to pull in. This is the do or die time, I think. This is the turning point where you can make a statement in a championship, Davo. This is where you're looking, at your closest rivals. Can Nick catch him with 22 to go?
Yeah,
Can Glenn bridge that gap
it's
as well?
that homeward run, that downhill run to the end of the championship.
And look, after that practice session, Davo, I don't need to look further down than seeing Nick Mcindoe topping that free practice session in the wet in P1 and Jake McKellar in 14.
There you go. There you
Now,
go.
this could be a huge shift in the championship there. So, anyway, McIndoe in second, Glenn Dewar in third, Ashley Vediger fourth, Steve Wilton fifth, Josh Vediger sixth, Mudgee, Gunter Rowe, the first of the Pro-Am drivers, in first or eighth overall. Mule, Maxwell Hawkins, and Brad Robinson are rounding out the top 4 in the Pro-Am class. Well, Brad back into 11th overall. That's your top 10 there. These guys have turned up to every round. The few of them have had a couple of retirements along the way, but they are in there thick and thin. Mike King, standout driver, I think, in the AM class. Topping of the AM class in 12th overall. Look, he's not much further in points behind Brad Robinson and Pro-Am, doing a stellar job.
Not at all.
We talked to Nick. He's been battling with Gunter up in 8th overall the whole way through, but no fault of his own work commitments there, retiring him from Kyalami. Pete Apsey, he is not, I don't see him here tonight. That's a big blow for Pete's championship. Vaughan in 15th. Bob Laycock, we talked to him last week through the driver interviews. Aaron Enright, again, we chatted to him. Steve Crossan, good to see Crosby tonight on track in 13th. We know he's come off his motorcycle, his motocross bike, and had a bit of an injury to the guts, a bit of a handlebar in the guts, I think, a bit of bruising there. So,
that's got to hurt.
Yeah, he's going to be suffering a bit tonight.
Might be.
Wishing you well there, Crosby. Kenny Simpson. In 19th and 20th, we've got Brendan Rolfe. So there we go.
Awesome work.
18 in the house. They've rolled through to quali, Davo, and the track is dry.
Excellent. Let's get this thing rolling.
So what we know about the sessions tonight, we are on a sprint round here. So the standard format, they've just been through a 1 hour free practice. They will go into a 6-minute qualifying session where they've got an out lap and 1 flying lap. They only get the hot lap to get their time done, and that's where they will start in the grid. So finding a bit of track position here is key. You don't need to all get out and get this job done right at the start. We've seen some guys go early and some go late in the session. That qualifying position will give them their grid spot for race 2, which is a 30-minute race. They'll have a short break for 10 minutes before qualifying again for race 2, which is another, again, repeated, identical scenario to the race 1. So another 6-minute quali session with a hot lap and a 30-minute sprint race. That is our schedule for tonight. We know the weather here in Misano has been up and down, Davo. There's sun showers just flying through. The track can just get absolutely soaked and hit and dry out. So I think we're in for a cracker if these showers continue to keep coming over.
Well, look at it now, JB. After saying all that, look at the weather at the moment. It's beautiful and not quite full blazing sun, but beautiful. At 11 a.m. Track temps are nice. The boys roll out for quali.
And I tell you, this would have been.
I think.
Sorry, David.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think Ash Vediger, first car out on the track with son Josh right behind the Ferrari, but here we go. This is quali, Misano, round 7. Asrnz 2022.
Yeah, and after coming out of a wet practice session there, it's going to be quite different for them to go from that wet tyre onto a dry tyre all of a sudden, and going shit. What pressure do we go for? And I think we're going to see quite a few upsets here through this quality session, through cuts or drivers not being prepared as much as others.
Well, it could be interesting because just the top guys that have been sort of backing on those wet laps, they might just not be up to speed on it. You could see some of the guys just have a few ring-ins here, really, couldn't you? That have, you know, just got it right on the night. So, just
absolutely, and we do know the difference in lap speed from a wet track to a dry track is around 10, 11 seconds.
It's a fair bit around here, isn't it?
So we expect after that wet running they were doing 1 minute 43s. A dry time. Yeah, we're looking around that 1 minute 34 kind of time. I wouldn't expect they're going to be straight onto that pace on one flying lap. I would predict them to be around that maybe 1 minute 36 mark at best.
Yeah, probably.
In these dry conditions.
But like you said, just after coming out, and this is here we go. We've got Ash Bedinger coming across. This will give us a bit of a benchmark here.
1 minute 36.4. There you go.
There you go. Perfect. Son Josh Bedinger.
35 too. So
okay.
Josh really doing an outstanding job. They're dropping into the 135s quite easily.
Nicely.
Gleno third.
Provisionally in what's that, a 37.0, so there's a bit of a gap there between a 35
Steve Crosland about to cross the line. Oh, P3 for Steve Crosland.
Pips, Glenn.
Aaron Enright into 5th with his run. Bobby Laycock, something terrible's happened to his lap. As our boys are all flying across the line.
Yeah, that's quick qualifying. The Hammer boys are struggling. Keep up with it.
Brad Robertson into 2nd. Dave.
Unbelievable.
Gunter Rowan 3rd. We said this grid would shuffle. And has it what? And this is what this is what we want to see, Dave, as spectators. We see Farmer coming into the final
Jake McKellar, who was down in 14th.
Jake McKellar and Mudray and Nick McIndoe leaving it to the end. Here we go.
Wait, what's these three?
Wilton 6th.
McKellar 3rd.
McKellar 3rd. Yes, right. So here we go. Nick McIndoe into 4th. Mark Mudray has left it right to the death here. He's the last car on track. He's stealing the cameras here tonight on the last part of this. Let's go on board with Mark Mudray in that Porsche, Dave, and see how he's attacking this lap.
Now, I expected a 3rd time to come up there, which I thought was Mudgy here, because he was in that train of cars with Farmer and Jake McKellar. But no, he was on his outlet.
The tricky corner hairpin here at Tremonto, turn 10, which leads onto this massive backstroke where they wind right up through their gears up to 245k. So Cabone, turn 11 and 12, down into like this right-handers into a hairpin right at Carew. So this is amazing.
Very
watch.
Very fast.
Very hard, very easy to get track limits on the outside there, Davo too. He's got that car turned in beautifully there. He's gonna...
And it's hard to keep the car smooth under all that lateral load, and you're slowly braking it, you know, decelerating the car right down to that little sharp right-hander.
Great exit speed from Mark Mudray there, whether it's going to put him P5. Second off the pace from Josh.
Nice work from Mudgy there. P5, he'd be happy with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, been tough. We've seen Mudgy up running up the front there. He did have a retirement at Kyalami, which really threw his championships hopes away. But look, that's easy to say. One retirement, you back so much, it can happen to any one of these boys too.
Absolutely.
So, round 7, four rounds to go, Davo. This is, it's still anyone's.
Oh, it's all happening.
Oh yeah, Brad Robinson, I think standout performance, qualifying on the front row next to Josh Verdiker with an outstanding time for that McLaren. We're going to see Brad moving up into the pro class at light speed if he carries on that trajectory. Jake McKellar really making amendments to his poor wet times that we saw through that practice session and back up to where we would expect him to be. Those two, Jake and Mikado, sharing that second row. Mark Mudra and Gunter on the row 3. Ashley Verdiker, Steve Cross on row 4. Steve Wilton, Glenn Dewar, row 5. That rounds out your top 10, Davo.
Oh, and what a top 10. It's been fantastic. What a great qualifier. These guys have had 2 weeks of practice, mind you, JB. So they're on it. Nice, clear qualifying for everyone. And just a few minutes to go as we wind down to race 7, Misano.
Look, and that wind is really blowing in from the east there. Now we know that is typically not a good thing over here in Misano. Track temperature of 18 degrees. It's still fairly warm. The track is fast at the moment, but what is these conditions going to bring come Saturday? They've just qualified at 11 a.m. We've got 2 o'clock start for this race.
Yep.
Oh, I bet the boys are a bit nervous after seeing that practice session and then going through that quali. There's a few roguies up the front. This is exciting, Davo. I'm looking forward to this one.
It is. I've got to run away and do a nervous wee. I'll be back.
No problem. We'll keep these viewers up to speed with what's going on. Look, if you are watching on Twitch, make sure you get some comments in there. We'll keep track of that and try and follow your favourite drivers. These guys, as they go to the grid, looking dry actually. 19 degrees ambient temperature, track temperature at 25 degrees with the sun's out with a bit of cloud. Anything can happen. The flags are waving. Look, we know that this is round 7. There's 3 to go. This is a sprint round. 4.2 kilometres, 16 turns, 10 to the right, 6 to the left. Interesting stats here. The MotoGP bikes typically run at this Misano track. They are running very similar times to these GT3 cars. Francesco Bagnaia on the Ducati, a 1 minute 32.1 versus a best lap from the GT3 Audis of Dries Van Thor and the Audi R8 Evo, also a 1 minute 32.7. So not much in it. No Formula 1 cars running here at Misano, but it's a great track. Very technical. We've seen also that what we do know with a lot of the guys in this championship as well, the likes of the first place getter from last round, they'll be carrying a maximum of 30 kilos, which we know was Jake McKellar. Glenn Dewar will be carrying 25 kilos in the Bentley, and Nick Mickendo will be carrying 20 kilos in the BMW. So this is a balance of performance which is used just to handicap the successes of each round a little, just to keep them guys at check. But you only need to look at where Jake, Nick and also Glenn have qualified. Obviously hurting Glenn a little bit more than he would like. I don't know if something's happened there that's a bit unusual. He did show good lap speed throughout the last 2 weeks of practice there through the timesheets.
He has.
In fact, he was the fastest car around this track in the dry, so I would expect with the track being optimum and dry at this particular point that he will be a mover and shaker without a doubt.
Oh, for sure. As we see another nice, clear start to the race. Sun shining, no rain, as the boys roll off for their formation lap. JB.
Yeah, just like to shout out to any of the other guys there that are missing tonight for whatever reason. We understand that there's a lot going on in people's lives at the moment, so we'd love to see you back on track. It's great to have as many cars on track as possible, and if you're not racing, we hope you're tuning in and share that around.
That's right. If you're not racing, you better be bloody tuning in on Twitch. So yeah, so jump on it, guys. While we are talking about our viewers and such, I must thank, of course, ABC Tech, our sponsors, and obviously server providers, Zero Vision Motorsport for technical support when required, and of course SJS, Superior Joint Sealing, major sponsor for the series once again. As the boys roll around, a little bit of tyre warming going on. Oh, doesn't really do anything. Whatever, it just keeps these boys focused, if nothing else. Gets their mind and their hands warmed up, and just gets into that rhythm. And we see these guys starting to form up as they get down towards the back cockpits of this track.
These guys will be wanting to, file up side by side.
Pretty
the
bloody
game tells them to do that, which is almost going to happen. And look, no overlapping here at Asrnz. You got to respect the car that you qualified behind and give them that opportunity to start the race ahead of you.
As
it all
we
goes
just see them here
down to the wire, but at the line when the lights go green. So, tricky stuff. Compulsory pit stop tonight too, Davo. They do have to come in. They won't need to take tyres unless the weather changes.
Need a splash of fuel.
Splash of fuel to get home.
And manual pit limiter.
Icy.
Yes.
Icy. And the longest pit lane ever. So you don't want to drive through here either.
Here we go.
Round
here.
7.
Brad Robertson and bloody Josh Rediger. It's green. Round 7, Misano. Look at this on the outside. Who is that? Mark Mudgee ended 1. Gets a little bit of a touch. It's going to be no.
See, Jake McKellar getting involved with something there.
Jake McKellar got tangled up in all that stuff. Keep moving forward. The boys up the front, it was so close that it was like the 3rd, 4th and 5th all come tangled together and just really bunched up in turn 1. But as we see, we will pick up, I think the boys have picked up upon Nick McIndoe. He's picked up 3rd position.
Yeah, that's right, and Josh getting off to a great start.
Yeah, nice work.
Rob also going with him too, so
Brad
that's
Robertson,
great to see Rob up
Brad
there.
Robertson also, yes.
McIndoe in 3rd, like you said. Gunther Rowe, he's up there in Crosby. Glenn's made a huge amount of positions there. He was 10th, he's up to 6th now. So
in behind Steve Cross on there.
Absolutely, so he's absolutely made advantage of the positions there of the cars.
So actually Crossy's past Dura. So there you go. Just on my cameras there. So
yeah, and unlucky we've seen Jake McKellar and Mark Mudgee, 2 guys that were well up in the top 5, top 6 there, and back at the back there, Davo.
Yeah,
huge in the championship.
Tough lap 1.
Yeah, camera guys missed that.
Oh, there was a bit of a helicam footage of the turn 1 incident, but yeah, focusing on the front end of the pack at the moment. Just Ford Martin here with Maxwell Hawkins. So we'll get back up. Josh Rediger, like you mentioned, got a cracking start and has pulled away nice, as well as Brad Robinson. in the McLaren. Nice work from Brad, actually, to not only put himself on pole on the front row of the grid, not on pole, but on the front row of the grid, but to get a nice clean start and get away nicely and keep these boys behind him. Look at that field coming through now.
That's right. I'm looking back in the pack, Davo, around the Max Hawkinson, Vaughan, Martin battle, and that is super tight. Those guys are like they're locked bumper to bumper. Porsche looking super strong over that BMW. Just strengths and weaknesses of those two cars. We see the car ahead there of Kenny Simpson and the Bentley just really running off wide at turn 13, compromising that run of Maxwell.
Yeah, absolutely. And only in lap 2 in the racing, it's cracking already. It's not just early race bunching. These guys, some of these guys are back a little bit further in the field than they'd like to be. And you're seeing some movers and shakers already.
Like Josh doing his best out the front, isn't he, Davo? And he's hard to beat once he's in front. Put him on the front row, and he's already opened up a 1.4 second lead. But we did see that Ferrari fry its tyres back at Kyalami and go
absolutely,
back,
we did
backwards. So
we did.
Really.
So we'll watch that closely.
Interesting to see how that tyre hangs on, to be honest. And look, Brad might be smiling. We see the 89 car of Nick Davidson actually just facing sideways out of the hairpin he talked about, which was earlier in the driver.
Let's have a look back at that.
We don't know what had happened.
Oh, there you go. We see a BMW backwards in the background.
Oh, a bit of side-by-side contact
with one of the McLarens, but yeah, in the background there, I think BMW is well out of sorts as he just, we see that car actually just drive past now, but yes, it's on, it's fierce already.
It is fierce already.
Pick windows open, so...
What's going to happen is we're going to see guys that are involved in battles probably trying to get out of them.
You would think so. You would think so, wouldn't you?
Fastest lap of the race to Nick Mickendo at 1:35.3.
Oh, nice work.
He's catching Brad now. So that's going to, I think, result certainly in the cameras being involved in looking at a potential pass there, Davo, I would expect.
Oh, you would think so.
Now, Mark Mudgway is the next mover and shaker. He also is damn near on the same lap speed. So, Mark Mudgway, he went right back in the pack there, Davo.
He did.
And he's worked his way back up to 10th.
Yeah, nice work from Mudgy. And like you mentioned...
And also Jake McKellar, also working his way back up too, so through whatever misfortunes happen there, they've actually made good ground back through the pack. First of the stoppers, Aaron Enright, and also Nick Davidson, just taking advantage of that pit.
For sure, just quietly, we've got Steve Crossland and Glenn Dewar locked in battle with Ashley Bediger, looking
very strong in that Porsche.
Looking super strong and just waiting for the crumbs. This is intense. Crossy a little bit out of sorts there.
Oh, Davo, what a battle this one's going to be to watch as well. This we know. This is
we have Farmer also in the background.
Farmer as well. His eyes will be wide open now if they weren't before. We know Ashley was having a bit of a nap before this race, but I'm sure he's also wide awake too, Davo.
With that.
Push that cup to your side, Ashley. You're into it. Get a Red Bull with you.
For sure. So yeah, cracking battle there. Actually, a little bit hard to take your eyes off. That is for 5th, 6th and 7th and 8th mind you.
And they're actually making gains on Gunter ever so slightly.
Oh, really?
Need to. Gunter's lap time, last lap time, 1:35.7. Crosby at 1:35.7. So these guys are actually starting to make gains ever so slightly.
Oh, as you speak, JB, that death wobble from the Bentley as it comes down into that tight right-hander at the end of all those. Right.
Jewish.
I was just like, whoa,
Yeah,
dude,
and
good catch.
And this is exactly what you do to get yourself into some fresh air. You have to do it.
And,
Now, interesting
good
pit lane.
timing,
We
good
did
timing.
talk about it being quite a long
The length of
pit
it.
lane, and it's interesting because as they come down, it's that tight left-hander. They've got to drop it right down into first gear to get into their entry. Once they get through that left-hander there, they actually are plucking second gear to get up to speed to the control line before they got to slam it back down.
Yeah, that's unusual, isn't it?
It's interesting that in pit lane they're actually still grabbing another gear before they get to that control limiter.
Yeah, definitely unusual in a pit lane situation, isn't it? It's usually all deceleration, but yeah, this one unique. They've got to accelerate again. Just pick up out of the helmet of Steve Farmer. Yeah.
Farmer doing a good job here. He's now narrowing that gap up in behind Ashley.
So
seventh position. This is why we love the pit stops, Davo, because how they roll out is so critical. It just really does spice things up, especially when you've got a bunched group. Who jumps who's holding up who, and look at this Farmer
in
as well.
So there you go, another one in early.
A lot of these guys that we did talk about this, that were in a little bit of traffic, maybe thinking, are they going to be held up? Maybe Farmer's trying to cover off Glyn there in that early undercut.
Quite possibly.
So it'll be interesting to actually see Farmer was at the back of that train. How he rejoins with Glyn is going to be quite interesting.
Oh, for sure. We might just have a quick look at that. And then we might just pick up on Nick McIndoe. I think that looks like one of the Porsches in as well. Is that
the 21 of Mark Mudge?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's long, slow, long lane for
painful,
Farmer. He's back on the gas. He's going to jump Glyn here. Farmer with an outstanding pit stop.
Wow.
He actually jumped Glyn Dewar.
And Wilton with a stop go of 30 seconds to boot.
No.
So
Oh my God! It was a quick pit stop because he sped into pit lane, Davo.
that's right.
Oh.
Up your game, Farmer.
Up
Okay.
your game. We were just talking you up, cuz.
Now, Mudgy out. Official pit stop completed. No 30-second. Take a listen there, Steve-O.
Oh, that's painful.
We were going to pick back up on Nick McIndoe. Now, I just see Nick McIndoe and also Ashley Rediker just in behind him, rolling into the pit lane.
Now, viewers, what we'll show you, the damage a 30-second stop-go does with this long pit stop, pit drive-through, that is going to bury Farmer.
It's painful.
We would expect him to go from, what, 7th we saw him in?
Nick,
to probably
extremely
last.
quick pit stop. Nick McIndoe, when can you tell? Down here somewhere.
Yeah, a
Super
long,
fast,
long
super fast.
limiter. They are just on the limiter for what feels like an eternity until they hit the line now where they can release that. They inside
nice
that white
work.
line as they blend back onto the track there.
Super fast pit stop from Nick
They
McIndoe.
actually skipped turns 1 and 2 there, Dave.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yep.
That pit exit.
So yeah, Ash Rediger right back in the thick of it, tucked in behind. That is Dewar's car. Oh, Dewar inside. Oh, outside. And then Ashley Rediger. Who is that?
It's the car. They must be involved with the car.
One of the McLarens there.
Ooh, 34 the car, 28 of Bob Laycott. Bob Laycott just
right in the thick of it there.
Look,
we might actually crack at that. Try and get in Bobby's car. Oh, quickly.
Look, he's trying to hold that
and out of his helmet.
Inside line. And
he's got bloody Dewar going one side.
He's gone to the right, around the outside. Ashley's going to the
left,
the
other side.
What? Oh, like what do I...
It's like a freaking NASCAR race.
Yeah, it'll be all over that.
Staying out of trouble and keeping it all on the pace. Nice work, man.
True NASCAR style, holding his line and just doing what he's got to do.
Steve Crossland just rolling out of the pits too. This will be interesting. We'll just get on the helicam with Steve to see where he pops out. Super slow, walking pace. Comes out clean air, but there's Dewar. There's Ashley Rediger.
So Crosby making a little bit of a gain there, I think. We're seeing fresh air there between those cars when they were definitely locked together earlier in that battle.
They were. Ash Rediger is still hanging on the back of the Bentley. The 38 Bentley of Dewar. 34 Bentley, should I say. Yeah, nice.
Porsche showing really good speed.
It is. It looks bloody solid. And nice dry track. We all the practice and even last week in the post, all raining, and look at these boys now. And this beautiful.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it? Yeah, that's just awesome. So let's work our way through the pack.
The Steve Farmer completed stop go, Dave.
Painful
18.
stuff. Yeah, tough stuff. So puts him back to the back of the pack. Steve Wilton. We've got Kenny Simpson in 7th, Nick Davis in 6th, Aaron Enright in 15. Tough gig for Aaron tonight. Mule 14. Mudgee 13. Bobby Laycock 12. Ash Rediger 11. Glenn Dewar in 10th. Steve Crossland 9th. Nick McIndoe 8th. Dave 0. Josh Rediger. Maxwell Hawking. Vaughan Martin. Jake McKellar. Gunther Rowe. And Brad Robinson. I don't think I've pitted. Oh.
Yeah,
Josh
that's
Rediger
right,
has.
So Josh has just completed his pit stop. He's the first of the pitters to come out. The second of the pitters, Nick McIndoe, albeit they're back in 6th and 8th. Effectively, those guys are the leaders of the race at this stage. There's a good 4 seconds between Josh and Nick visible on screen. You can see that's one part, half of that straight there. But mate, this is going to be a walk in the park, Josh, at this stage.
It looks like it.
Guys haven't really degraded any, if not at all. 134.7.
He does still have pressure from McIndoe though. He's not that far behind him really, so.
Now, Davo, Josh's speed, 134.7, that puts him up at damn near one of the quickest laps that we've even seen throughout the 2 weeks of practice. So his race pace at the moment
at
is
34.7. My God.
Yes. So no wonder he has a purple box next to his name, which means he has the fastest lap of the race. We only need to look back to...
And well deserved.
Yes. Opposed to like the likes of our series leader, Jake McKellar, who's just coming out of the pits. His best lap time of 135.4. So he's a good full second off the pace of the leader. That's not something we're used to saying, is it?
Well, not this season anyway, because Jake has pretty well dominated up until about 30 minutes ago. Oh, no, not quite. 25 minutes ago. So, there you go. How things can change. And I thought, well, we know he's carrying weight, JB.
Yes, we do.
But I just thought the weight and the wet conditions through qualifying and, not qualifying, but through early practice that we saw, and last week's practice as well, mind you, was slowing him down. But even here, look at this, it's a beautiful, clear day, and he's still struggling with that car to find some pace. It looks smooth enough, but just the numbers aren't showing it. So yeah, tough gig for Jake tonight. He's just got to suck it up. He's got some points up his sleeve though, hasn't he?
He does have some points up his sleeve. I don't know why we're seeing Steve Wilton back in the pits after he did do a pit stop and then get a drive through. His car
I don't even want to know.
Sitting there, Davo.
Okay, so we still have Brad Robinson, Max Hawkins, and Dave Zero to complete their pit stops. Nick ranging up on the back of Dave now. I wonder whether Dave will see Dave.
Well, but Dave has not pitted yet.
No, and so he's leading. So Nick pretty well can't pass him unless he get a blue wave, won't he?
Well, not really, because
He's
effectively,
he's moving quicker.
although he still needs to make a stop, he's still on the lead lap.
That's right.
These guys have just ended up in this position because of the pit stop that Mikendo's taken.
Yep.
Now we know Mikendo's clearly, we can see it on screen, has got far superior lap speed.
As we see Dave go in. Yes, so they are still on the lead lap, and you're right.
He's been released now, and off he goes. But
So who else we got there? It was Brad Robinson, Max Hawkins.
Yeah.
So Robinson stays out.
The last of the two
Hawkins
guys
in.
that need to pit stop is Maxwell Hawkins, who's pitting as we speak, and Brad Robinson, who has been leading the race now for quite some time over Josh since Josh pitted. So Brad's stealing a bit of the limelight here.
Yeah, nice work. And we're just going to pick up on the camera guys that picked up on car on Ash Vinegar, who is all over the back of Crossy as we wind down in the last 10 minutes of the race. Crossy actually, that looks like Glendura in front of
This is a battle. This is a full-blown battle here for 456, but we know that Brad Robinson is going. Where's Brad Robinson going to come out after his pits? There's only, what's the pit window? 4 minutes to go in the pit window, Dave. Brad Robinson, after he's completed his pit, is going to drop down into this battle, I do believe.
Well,
Nick.
they were all together earlier, so you would think it would come back out line astern. But where does Brad come in? Depending on his pit stop, he could come out smack bang right in the middle of this.
100%. 100% he will. And effectively, at this stage, Glendura is the car who's at the back end of the podium in third. Because we know Josh has led from the start. Mikendo's well ahead.
He's got it.
Too. But, well,
where does Robinson come in?
Mikendo never actually passed Brad on track, so...
Oh, no, well, that's true too. So let's have a look. Brad's kept his nose clean the whole race. So, been in reasonably clean air because he's been behind Josh, and didn't get tangled up with any of that early race shenanigans. So, just watch this space. We might just try and pick up on his car there. Where is he? Here we go. He's in. Here we go.
This is going to have to be the rejoin of all rejoins.
Yes.
Come on, go Brad. Wishing you the best for this pit stop.
Yeah. Come on. Let's watch him.
100 things will be going through his mind right now. Did I get that car stopped in time? Did I hit the marks? It looks like it went in the
pretty
car.
tidy. I hope he
Super tidy
got the car slowed down. We won't know until about 25 bloody seconds up the road here. But,
well, I can tell you, actually, Nick Mcindoe's coming around the final turn.
There goes Josh Rediger.
Mcindoe is across the start-finish. Dewar in out of this at this stage of the race. Mcindoe through turn 1, turn 2. Mcindoe's going to join just in front of Brad Robertson. This
Here
is
we
going
go,
to be so
here we
close.
go, here we go.
Here we go. It's going to come down.
Oh!
My goodness. This is for second and third. Back end of the podium.
Nice work, Brad Robertson.
Josh out to a 7.4 second lead. Davo, this is... Oh my God, I love it when
that is
these
close.
cars rejoin so close like that.
JB, that is close stuff. Nice work. Didn't even look back. Just nailed it, didn't he? It's just...
I thought with the speed that Mcindoe was coming through turn 2, he was going to get that McLaren, but certainly that McLaren out there pit chute like a robber's dog.
Yeah, and no penalties, so nailed all his marks. Right down to the wire here. It's only like, God, we've got a bit of 5.5, a little over 5.5 minutes to go, and it's on.
Now, interestingly, Davo, Brad, I haven't even seen him on he wasn't even on my radar in terms of where he was and through lap speed and stuff through the practice. So this is boding very well.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of something out of the blue. We need to just nick back here just quickly to the Mark Ludgeway, Jake McKellar, got the go battle, which is on fire.
Marjorie made a hit where we talked about these two going back at the start, and look how much progress they've made through the field inside the 10 now. Mule just sitting behind Jake.
Pit window is closing down.
Pit window close, so very close for Brad Robinson there earlier. Gets in 1 lap prior to the window closing. Mudgy all over road. Oh, shows the nose of the Porsche.
That Porsche is showing so much more control at the turn-in.
Doesn't it?
And the confidence and the way it's getting off the corners is outstanding.
He looks like he's got so much more road to work with. He could put the thing wherever he wants it.
But look, it just doesn't have the legs in those straight lines.
No, it doesn't have the
straight
punch,
line.
does
But
it?
as it gets to the corner, he just makes all that ground back up. And interesting as we come down into this hairpin that Nick Davidson was alluding to us through the. Oh my God! Look at the ranging speed of Jake McKellar there.
Yeah. McKellar backs out. Tight stuff. Very tight stuff. Quick corner here. So run down the back section of the track. Oh, the Porsche all kinds of sideways as Mudgy tries to tame it into the braking area, and then still deals with it and brings it right up on the back of Gunther. Let's see if we can have a look at that. Out of the back of Gunther Rose car, have a look at Mudgy's Porsche out to this fast up. Big slide there, still brings the Porsche right up in behind the leg side. Beautiful work.
Heart rates of these boys will be up when they demo.
It continues to just like nothing happened. So it's on. Mudgy actually passed it while we showed you that.
And Jake McKellar now having an inside run on Gunther, and
You're betting? What are you betting on?
Oh no, we're seeing a bit of a touch there. I think Gunter just thinking, no, I've got the rights to this, and just ignoring this, the championship leader. But I think Jake just really wanting to show the nose there.
There's definitely a small exchange of paint there, and not a lot because Gunther dealt with it easily. But this is a battle royale.
Now Josh, and he's just crossed the start finish. This is going to go 2 more laps. He's going to do this one and get
2 minutes to
another
go.
one. You see Brad and Mick and Doe crossing the line there, still line stern. That gap's opened a little bit between them. I think there was a bit of a back marker that they came up on, which might have split them a little there. However, that's the back end of your podium. Dewar in 4th, Ashley in 5th, Grozzy 6th, Budgie 7th, Gunter 8th, 9th, Snakey in 10, Maxwell Hawkins. Wow, doesn't the time go quickly, Davo?
Oh, always. Let's have a look back down. We also got
I'm seeing Mule
and Vaughan.
He's in a right old battle with Vaughan there.
Yeah. No mucking around here. Another Porsche and Lexus battle. It's a bit of a common bloody thing, doesn't it? But yeah, look, and we love it because it's awesome stuff. These guys are going hard.
And look at Vaughan.
They're all
what a
Vaughan
decisive
here.
move.
Oh!
And what are they doing? They're going to get themselves back going. No one knows what to do.
Nice work from Mule there. He could have made a lot bigger meal of that than he did.
Dave Zero's eyes lighting up behind him going, I'll have a bit of this too then.
Of course he is. But yeah, getting close. Here we go. 40 seconds to go.
The leader is on the final lap. Give me the final push.
It's been a nice, clear run. After all 2 weeks of practice for these boys post-pony race last week, it's round 7 rerun. Well, is it? It's second go at round 7 at Misano for Asrnz's GT3 Season 1 Series. Josh Vediger put the car on pole, never looked back.
No, he didn't, and it's something that we do know Josh is really good at doing. It's good to see that Ferrari up there punching their prancing horse for the Italian mark.
Absolutely. And Brad Robinson, another standout in this race.
Oh, upset standout. Driver of the day so far.
Oh, for sure. Nick McIndoe in 3rd position, but we'll just pop back up and just watch Josh as he clears these last few corners. And yeah, nice work from Josh Vediger.
Yeah, turn 16 Misano, the final turn. He'll be happy to get that one. That's just another win for this young man. Congratulations, Josh.
Finish the race.
Absolutely. Brad Robinson singing your praises already. Brad, well done, buddy.
Yeah,
Nick McIndoe.
To the line.
Look, he's that green and white bloody Beamer. It's been at just nearly every podium.
It has,
Yeah,
and that's why he's second in the championship. Glenn drew a big wobble in that Bentley. That was a good drive back for Glenn for his poor qualifying. Ashley, outstanding there in 5th.
Yeah.
Grozzy, Marjway crosses the line. That's a big fight back from a turnaround at the start. And also our series leader, Jake McKellar. Oh, he'll want to put that one behind him because that's a net gain to Mick and Gunter Rowe. Look, he's pulled his car back into 9th. Maxwell Hawkins, Mule and Vaughan to the death. Davo. All
Look
the
at
way
him go.
to the line. These guys fought. We saw them have a little bit of a biff there at one stage. Dave Zero, you know, he decided, no, enough's back here. The popcorn tastes great. Nick Davidson, don't know what's happened there. Just drive through for Nick Davidson.
End of the pits.
And I'm seeing Enright with a disqualification.
There you go, Kenny Simpson.
So,
in 15.
what's happened there? Is that Gremlin?
provisionally. Bobby Laycock, 16th provisionally. Steve Wilton, 17th. Aaron Enright, 18th.
Yeah, I'm really hoping those technical gremlins hasn't crept into the 96 of Enright's
The
BMW,
Enright,
but
yep,
it's
yep.
unusual to see a disqualification normally.
Yes.
However, that is at race 1 of round 7 at Misano, done and dusted. We saw a mix-up in the quali results there. We've got a new podium getter, which I can't wait to see him in the booth there, Davo. But first, what have we got to do? We've got to talk to our third place getter because we don't have much time between races, do we?
No, we don't have a lot of time between races because we need a break. But
We do.
let's
So
head to the hot box
to
and let's bring down the first. Yes, racer,
Yeah.
Nick McIntyre.
Afternoon.
Congratulations,
Evening.
Nick. Third place there. Dry race. We've seen a lot of wet practice sessions and rain throughout the last week or so. You'll be happy with that?
Yep, can't complain with that. Geez, that McLaren, she's on rails. I don't think I saw it oversteer once.
Wow.
Yeah,
it looks,
looking pretty fast. Wow.
it
Yeah.
looks great on track. Wasn't on the radar of anyone, I don't think. Man of the match so far. He deserves that podium, that man. But
Yeah, sure.
Look, you kept the pressure on him too the whole way.
Yep,
Oh,
he drove really well.
And the pit lane re-entry.
Oh, Davo, how good was that?
Yeah, I got held up a little bit with back markers, so yeah, it would have been even closer, I reckon, if that didn't happen. But nah, he drove well.
Yeah,
Didn't miss a beat. He
Yeah.
deserves it, sure.
absolutely. We were watching closely and keeping an eye on it. So yeah, well done, Nick.
Yeah, cheers. Hope for a wet race next race.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's well practiced, so you'll be right.
Yeah.
Well, with the
All week.
third place podium and the championship is tightening up now with McKellar taking an 8th place back there. So this is tightening up.
We need it tighter.
Hey, wishing you the best for the next one. We'll
Awesome,
keep
mate.
pushing through this interview. Good luck.
Yeah, copy. Cheers, boys. Thanks.
See you, mate.
User was moved out of your
Nice
channel.
work from Nick.
Now, here he is.
Who's next?
User was moved
This
to
is a
your
guy that
channel.
calls himself Brad Luck, but there was no
Ah.
such Brad Luck
Police.
involved in this one. Congratulations, Brad, on P2. Outstanding drive and certainly your quali.
Cheers, fellas. Yeah, I actually managed to put it together a wee bit.
Yeah. No, noticeably. Well done, my friend.
At least it didn't rain.
Yeah.
No,
The,
well,
practice was scaring me a little.
yes. Well, it has been forecast throughout the
Oh,
last
2 weeks.
week,
Yeah.
and you caught a glimmer of sunshine between those clouds here. But however, outstanding qualifying. You put yourself in the best spot on the front row next to one of the best sim racers here at Asrnz, Josh Vediger. Yeah, talk us through your race and your feelings, Brad.
Mate, I just get out and drive. and hope I don't mess it up. I've been working on my consistency a bit, and it's starting to pay off, I think. It's bloody nerve-wracking, though. My heart was going a million miles an hour,
Hey, look,
even when I was alone.
and look, and this is why you sign up for these things. This is the intensity. There's the next guy will be there to take that position away from you if you make one little mistake. You know that. Welcome to the main game. We really wish you the best for the qualifying session coming up, and hope to see you back in here again, Brad. It's
In
Yeah.
about 30 minutes or so.
Me too. Sounds good. See
Awesome,
what I can do.
mate.
Cheers, fellas.
Well done.
User was
JB,
moved out of
there
your
you
channel.
go. Look.
Well, that was pretty. Brad's fourth.
When
in
he said his heart is beating, you know, like You
Wait till he
know
watches
it.
it back. He's gonna love it too.
You
'cause,
know it.
that
He's
rejoin with Mick and Dave, we should have asked him about that day.
he's obviously in the right zone. So,
Yeah, and that's what we like to see. If his heart's beating a million miles an hour like that, and that tells us the intensity, viewers, of what these guys are going through. We've got to grab our race winner down to this comms box. He's no stranger down here. Josh Fediger, congratulations, P1 Misano, round 7.
Hey guys, good to be back.
Hey, look, you put the car on pole. We saw your race pace at a 1:34.7, which is up there with the quickest times we've seen throughout the timesheets throughout the last couple of weeks. Anyway, so outstanding race pace. How's that car feeling?
Yeah, really good. It's felt a bit loose during practice because the track hasn't been as rubbered up because you're just practicing by yourself. And so that extra track grip that's come from all the other cars being on track has just really settled the rear end, which is what I've been trying to fight with, especially through the first sector. So yeah, with the extra grip, it's just hooked up nicely.
Yeah, and in the wet, we saw that little practice session there. What's the car like in the wet?
It's okay with a bit more traction control. Yeah, I don't think any car feels great in the wet, but it's stable, isn't it? It's not gonna kill you.
Yeah. Hey, look, you've got massive amounts of street cred here at Asrnz. To see you up on the top step again is great. You must be feeling good with that one. We're wishing you the best for the next round. These tough qualifying sessions. Do you find the one lapper?
Yeah, no, they are definitely tough. There's you got to find a balance between pushing as hard as you can, but making sure you keep all four wheels on the track and don't get a cut. So yeah, no, it's a good challenge and I enjoy them.
That's great to hear. Now, look, we know the Formula One's in Melbourne. We met you there a few years ago, Josh. Who are you going for in Formula One?
Leclerc, definitely Charles Leclerc. Yeah.
Awesome.
He's my Ferrari boy.
Hey, look, Josh. Formula One aside, you're racing like one of those guys anyway. Taking points away from the series leaders. We'll throw you back into the booth to debrief with your engineers. Good luck. Hope to see you up here again.
Yes,
Thanks,
hopefully.
Josh.
User was moved out of your channel.
Here you go, Peps.
It's all good. Race done and dusted. Interviews done. The boys just kicking back, having a little bit of a break, like you said, debriefing with their engineers. And yes, and that'll give us a chance to just have a little bit of a break ourselves and
Pop away, grab a few refreshments, take a break.
Intermission time, I think.
It is.
Okay.
See you soon.
We'll see you soon. Bye. G'day everybody and welcome back. This is the official coverage of Asrnz's 2022 Season 1 GT3 Series. It's round 7. We're at Misano. We're both JB. I'm Davo. JB's here having a bit of a giggle because we've just had the most beautiful sunny race and the boys have just rolled into qualifying. It's pouring down rain.
Well, the cloud cover's come over. It's dumped the bucket on there. It's not super raining yet, but it will be in about a couple of minutes' time. So, so anybody that's just tuned in watching what's happening, if they want to bank their laps
it's all happening
right now, because if they wait any longer, it's going to be raining a little bit harder. So this is the time to get out on that wet bank your time. And as we're talking about, I've just seen the rain start to fall now. The track was wet, but it wasn't raining. So now it's the same conditions for everyone. Davo, okay. We have got a race on our hands.
We have, and it's only qualifying. I'm going to just pick up on Josh Rediger's car, the race winner in the Ferrari on a dry track, mind you. So let's just have a look. How the Ferrari goes.
What has this guy been dealing with?
As we will watch the timing come through. I might actually just jump. Cars just here, helmet cam.
Yeah, I'm just taking note of a bit of onboard footage too, and I can see that cars are really having to tippy-toe as they get around some of these corners, aren't they? Finding a bit of space in their outlaps. We see Josh nervously entering the back comp beats there before the final turns to begin his hot lap.
And then it's on, isn't it?
He's left plenty of room between him and McKellar. Because the last thing you want to do, Davo, on your poly lap is catch a spinning car in the wet.
Oh, true.
But now, every braking marker that these guys were used to before, they're all gone, evaporated.
Yeah.
There will be curbs and cripple strips that will be slipperier than anything they experienced before. Their traction control will be wound right up. Their oversteer, they'll have spaghetti arms, no doubt about that.
And even with the traction control wound up, we're in car with Josh Rediger now. We see him wrestling this vehicle. Lots of opposite lock. It's so easy to put these cars around. It gets to a certain amount of lateral angle, and then you got nothing. Oh, as we see go deep. This is qualifying. This is a one-lap dash, mind you, in Josh Rediger's car.
The polar opposite to the other qualifying session. We are on a different day, Davo. We're on to Sunday now. The weather has moved in for this qualifying session. We've seen the first times come through from Glentura and the Bentley, 1 minute 48. The times are miles off what we saw. Steve Cross in P2, Ashley Vettiger, P3.
Oh, Ash, a bit of a rainmaster too, actually, and the Porsche might go well, but as we still stay focused on race 1 winner, Josh Vettiger.
The onboard footage is just so hard to watch, Davo. What they're dealing with is incredible. The standing water on the track. The opposite lock, like you're talking about. The car wants to just deliver the power to the bitumen that's just soaked in this H2O. And across the line, and what's he going to do? It's only good for P6.
Yeah, I had this feeling that the Ferrari just would not deal with the rain, and we know there's a few boys that have
Mark Mudre's still out there.
Done a lot of practice in the rain throughout the last 2 weeks.
Mark Mudre on his flying lap in the Porsche, the
last car on track.
Seems to be a trait of young Mudre.
Definitely didn't do too bad in race 1. I think he got himself up into 7th or something, I think it was. But
yeah, he was certainly up inside that top 6, Davo.
yeah, nice work.
Unfortunately, they had that bit of a tangle up at the beginning of race 1
Oh,
there,
yes,
which
yes,
put him back.
turn 1.
But they certainly moved their way
As we
through.
see here, runs deep into that final corner. So hard to pull it up, even in the dry, JB. And here we are, pouring with rain. The Porsche coming around the final corner. Let's see where Muddy can put this thing on.
Why
as the Porsche bites down. Muddy into 13th.
13th place for Mark Mudgeway. Well, that's his time there, but
there you go.
Interestingly enough, the only showing he's in 17th. Some reason there is he. How did this lap so late? What's going on there?
Yes, so on the screen, yes, you're right. We're showing 17th. On our telemetry, I think I'm showing 13th. Are you showing 13th? So,
on the in-game
sure
telemetry, I've seen 13th, but yeah, it's coming up 17th on the screen. So I'm not sure what's going on there. If
there could be.
We'll have to look into that later on. Anyway, we do know Glindura is on pole. Steve Crosland to share that front row with him in the Lexus in P2, not far behind point 3. Ashley Vediger and Nick McIndoe rounding out row 2. Dave Zero, what's he doing up there in P5 with
bloody hell
just ahead of our last race winner, Josh? These McLarens, they're popping up, aren't they? Like COVID up there, aren't they? 7th and 8th, a row back in the Lexus and BMW of Davidson and Enright Vaughan Martin. Where? Jake McKellar, our series leader, back in 12th, struggling in the Lexus.
Again?
Maxwell Hawker, Steve Wilton back in 14th, Gunter Rowe 15th, Kenny Simpson, Mark Mudgeway back in 17th. What's going on there? Neil in 18th. So,
after 2 weeks of rain practice, these guys are still struggling on a wet track. It's been a bit of this and a bit of that throughout the night. Obviously, we've had a nice sunny quali 1, race 1, and here we are, quali 2. What's race 2 going to give us, mate?
Well, race 2.
It could.
Yeah, I've never seen the track I've never seen the track flooded before, and it is absolutely hammered down on the back end of that qualifying session. We've just rolled through to the race, Davo, and the conditions I'm seeing on track is 17 degrees ambient, a track temperature of 21, so still a warm track, but
it's pouring rain.
We've got rain on the screens.
Yes.
We've got rain for the next 3 minutes, increasing from the data I'm seeing on my screen, and then potentially in 10 minutes time easing off to nothing. So I think this track's going to evolve from what I'm seeing in mixed service data here.
What are you saying? From wet to more wet, or wet?
No, wet to dry. It looks like I think the rain will decrease, and leave just a wet track with a drying line.
Well,
we are going to be at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so
time will tell. Time will tell, viewers, as we count down to the start of race 2. Again, we must thank ABC Tech again for our all Asrnz servers. That's what puts Asrnz on the map, on the internet, and without them, no one would be able to watch us tonight. And absolutely, Zero Vision, obviously, Motorsport, for all our technical support when required. Thank you, Aztec and such. And obviously SJS, Superior Joint Selling, for continued support for all Asrnz series. We are sitting on the grid. It's round 7. It's Misano again. And it is pouring bloody rain, JB.
It is.
We-
I might be sitting in New Zealand. You might be sitting in Australia.
But-
We're racing at Misano. I'd like to say a big shout out to Urza, who is Dave Zero's little brother, tuning in
Oh
from
yes,
Italy.
welcome.
So welcome. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Yes, we do hope it's going to be a cool race. Also, we are cheering on your man. You've tuned in at the right time. He is on the grid in P5. So
P5, nice work.
You've tuned in at the perfect time to support your little brother. So enjoy this race, Urza.
As the boys pull away for their formation lap, and you can see clearly it is a very wet track out there for race 2. Qualifying's done and dusted on a wet track, and these boys, this could be a very different race, JB. We did see a little bit of paint exchange in turn 1, 2 complex in race 1, and God, in these conditions, that is even more likely. So, not so much time limit going up, I notice, on a wet track.
No, Dave, I would expect that these guys, instead of the traditional weaving, you're just going to see these brake lights hard on the car. They will be, they'll just, if I was out
warming
there,
brakes.
I would just keep my foot hard on the brake. There's no advantage in trying to weave here. You just want to try and carry as much residual heat through that brake pad, and also you need that brake pad up to temp as well.
Yeah.
When you get into some of these braking zones.
So yeah, welcome viewers and welcome Dave's elder brother. We just focus on Dave there actually, like JB said. 5th position, he's actually qualified 5th, just behind the series 2nd position.
Yeah,
get up at the moment, so
and
mate,
Dave
no
is-
bloody slouch here.
Yeah, no.
In
Well,
amongst this stuff.
These
So-
McLarens, like we said, they keep popping up, don't they? Unexpectedly. Dave is running 22nd overall. He has had a few retirements, and as of late, he missed the first couple of rounds. His 2 best results, 11th at Bathurst and 11th at Donington, and then a 16th at the Enduro there at Kyalami.
Yeah. So there you
he's-
go. Yeah, he's had his ups and downs as the boys just start to form up. JB, final couple of corners.
I don't know where to look, Dave.
I don't know
I'm gonna have
either.
to go mid-pack to see what's going on here.
I think the camera's
And I
going to
still
chase
need to
Ash
see-
Rediger.
Yes, I'm about thereabouts too. So
So
tune
here
in,
we go.
viewers. This is the race we've been looking for. It starts wet. It's gonna dry out, but it looks.
It is race 2. It is round 7.
Green light, green
This
light.
is
Go, go, go.
Misano. We've got a green light. Let's go racing in the rain. Whoa, look at that stuff. Rediger and Dave both showing the nose, keeping it clean. Very tidy stuff from the boys actually.
Yeah,
A
tricky
little-
conditions, Dave.
Oh, and tricky first complex corners, JB as well. I've come up and stuck there myself once or twice at the race start. So very tidy stuff, rainy condition. These guys are doing really well. Nice stuff from all involved.
Yeah, just glancing back down through the pack there, and they've all, apart from a few late breakers and oh my goodness, cars getting a bit sideways. There's no one has really spun around very respectfully. Oh no, I say that I've just caught up with a back market car there. Who was that? Spinning at the final turn. It's 117 of Jake McKellar, Davo. Our series leader
there
has
you
gone
go.
backwards again. Is having a shocker tonight here at Misano.
He has had a tough night as we just pick up on the rest of the field. Running into this back section, Farmer all over Brad Robinson. Second place getter from race 1. Oh, very tight stuff here. Mid-pack. Brad Robinson, Steve Wilton, Mudgy.
Jostling for positions. Mudgy round the outside. Look at that. Great
all
move
happening.
from Mudgy right around the outside.
This is lap 1. We haven't even got up the front yet. It's all happening up the front. And have a look at this McIndoe. Crossland, Asrnz, Rediger side by side with the young fella, his son.
Oh!
Josh. Ah!
Come on, Ashley. Get in there.
Get it. Let's keep it in there. Aaron Enright. Bringing up the back of that little group of cars there.
Nick Davidson now, yeah, really showing some strengths there in the wet, actually, over the back of that Porsche. As Ashley's car just drops back there a bit, Davo.
Yeah, it's a nice start. Bloody hell.
Actually, Nick getting that move done on Ashley.
Yep. This is happening.
Just getting enough of a run there just to get up the inside of Ashley, and Ashley holding a high line before he turns down, so respect some stuff there.
Yeah.
But clean pass.
I think that was Aaron, actually, you were talking about. But yeah, nice work. Josh Rediger. Actually,
yeah.
Now the rain's actually eased off a little bit. Josh starting to put all sorts of pressure. Now, Josh has come up quite a few positions, and now he's putting pressure on McIndoe. So
yeah, he has.
interesting.
And I think he's got. I thought he might have had a bit of a run there on Nick, but he's actually decided to pull back there.
Duck back to Dave Zero, Maxwell Hawkins, really tight into one. We've also got Vaughan and Mule in amongst that bunch as well. Very tight start. See Mule showing the nose. Back up to the McIndoe battle. Josh Rediger applying all sorts of pressure. Aaron Enright in the background, waiting to pounce.
Aaron having a better run this time. We saw his car disqualified in that earlier.
Oh. Josh up the outside, forces Nick wide into the double right.
Sorry, you're right.
Puts
there,
him up
Davo.
the inside.
Oh, he is up the inside, isn't he?
Has he got this?
He's going to hold the car there just in the back right of Nick's car. Nick's going to have to back out of that because as we enter the complex down the back there.
If we just the camera guys can just pick this up in the replay, you see Josh just force him on the inside a little bit into the double rights, which puts him a little bit wide on the exit. Josh cuts back, puts the Ferrari up on the inside. He's got nowhere to go. Down into this fast right complex of corners here.
And the cars I just see just getting a little bit tripped up there. I just seen McIndoe just drop back a few spots for some reason there.
Oh yeah, so Ash now in front as well. And is that Davison in front as well?
Yeah, so something's happened to McIndoe there.
McIndoe, as we were just watching the replay there.
Yeah, I'm sure some of these cars, you know, are struggling with grip conditions and probably getting caught out. I'm seeing a bit of a dry line.
They're going to be on a wet tyre, aren't they, JB?
Yeah, the track's still wet. However, it's not raining anymore, Davo, and we've seen that.
It'll dry out pretty quick, though, won't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, are you seeing any wipers on the?
No.
The
just
wipers
a bit here, bit there.
Just a bit here and there. But if you go to a car like that's not behind another car and the wipers aren't on, so if they're tucked up and behind the car, there's a bit of spray coming off trailing cars, so the wipers are on. But if they're in the fresh air, there's no wipers, Davo. And I'm almost seeing a dry line on the track.
Yeah, and so that will punish a wet tyre. They won't last long, will they?
Not if this dries out. Risky stuff for anybody that did start on a slick tyre. We don't know who. We don't have that information at hand. Wouldn't that be great if we knew who started on what tyre, Davo?
And we have seen some slippery stuff from a few of the boys. You do wonder whether some of the boys may have been on a slick tyre on an early wet track just to come across. We've got to go through this field. Look, Glenn Dewar doing nice. Crossy.
He's got a car up on the inside.
It's Rediger.
Josh.
Oh, Josh round.
Pinching the position straight away. From the Lexus as Crossy puts the power of that taxi down.
So we'll look at that just quickly. So they run through that first complex of corners. Crossy looks like he's got all control of it. No problem. A little bit of a wriggle. Just Josh takes advantage of it out of 3. And he wasn't even up beside him.
No, he wasn't.
No.
I think just the braking zone just put Crossy out here.
Yeah, just sort of came up on him quick.
And Josh, well aware of that, he actually backed out of it and just took his approach to that corner a bit easier.
Yeah, and we see there right at the end of that clip as Crossy, like you said, tries to get the power down in the Lexus and gets a big slip, which doesn't help his fight back from that
we can only
situation.
see that Ferrari of Josh just starting to check out a little bit now.
Yeah. Dewar well out in front. Is that Ferrari going to be able to catch? We will watch over the next 20 minutes.
Davo, this track has gone from wet to damp. This track is drying out as we speak.
Very quickly. Just quickly picking up on Mudgee.
Yes.
Aaron Enright.
Isn't that battle like
look at this?
Like doggy gone.
We've got Aaron Enright, Gunther Groh and Kenny Simpson. None of these guys like to give up. It's all happening. What do we got? 4 different mates there.
Yes, we've got a Porsche, a BMW, a Lexus and a Bentley. And it is on.
Look at it.
Actually, we're seeing the BMW of Aaron trying to go around the outside of Mark Mudgee. They're keeping it side by side. The right to the corner is going to be the Porsche of the 21 again.
Oh, look, excellent.
Wow.
What awesome racing, TV.
And look, it must look great for the spectators watching too as we see that damn drizzly track. The light started.
What's going to happen?
The standing puddle as they. Where are those puddles as they hit the brakes?
What is going to happen? Is he going to start running again? Are these guys going to come into the pits and put dryers on? What is going to happen?
Well, I don't know. The pit window is open. We saw last time, Davo, that pit window opened, and within like, I don't know, a minute of opening, bang, they were in there.
They were in there.
Getting their stops done. Not so much to change.
This time.
Davo, I've just seen in 10 minutes' time it's going to rain. The rain is coming back.
Okay, so these boys will be all over this data. They are privy to this data that we're getting as well. They will have a feed on it. Their pit crews will be updating them live, and so they'll be. Look, I reckon we're going to see a rush here. This is going to get the tyres are going to get hot, and then it's going to rain. So
and then the tyre will come back. So they're just going to have to monitor this.
They're going to have to.
But look at Josh.
But if it gets too dry before it rains.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Davo? But Josh is just reeling in that Bentley of Glenn Dewar
here we go.
At a rate of knots. He was well back, but he made the move on Crossy only a few laps ago.
That track looks dry. That track looks dry, Jamie.
Is Josh on a slick tyre?
Are they both on slick tyres?
I don't know.
They don't look like this. Oh well, it's Josh.
Okay. Well,
Josh with the pace.
Josh is going a second, over a second a lap quicker than that Bentley at the moment.
Surely there's a tyre difference.
It's nearly nearly 1.5 seconds quicker.
There you go.
That Ferrari. So whatever tyre Josh is on, he's certainly making inroads. And we can see that he made that pass on Crosby, and now he's commanding for the lead.
Yep.
Wow.
Look, viewers, you try and decipher it. We're trying to decipher it. We love analysing this stuff. It could go anywhere, but we will continue to watch. That is a given. We watch Josh, Glenn Dewar.
Yes, Nick McIntyre back in the pack a little bit there, battling on. Who's he got behind him? Davo. Davidson in the Lexus pushing hard. Brad Robinson not far behind. We saw him on the podium. What happened to Dave Zero? He has dropped back. We saw him up there in 5th.
Yeah, back to 10th, but in 10th still in the top 10 there for Dave. Well done. No mean feat in at Asrnz. We see Aaron Enright way back. I think Enright may have pitted.
I'm looking at the car of Enright, and he has pitted. The only car not to have pitted is... Oh, sorry, the first of the pit stoppers is Ashley. No one else has pitted. We got Mule in the pits. Jake McKellar, series leader, in the pits. Bob Laycock. No, Bob hasn't pitted. Wilton. Oh, no, let's not talk about Wilton. It's a shit show back there.
It's a hell of a scene.
It's a hell of a scene, yeah.
So we got both Mule and McKellar.
I can't keep my eyes off the battle at the front, Davo.
On the way out of the pits. We're just gonna tuck to the cameras here. But we will get up the pointy end now. Back to Dewar and Vediger.
Josh is just like
all over
his car just looks so much better in change of direction, and look how close he is. He's already looking. Say, hey, look, I want that inside line there.
Yeah, you're slowing me down, mate.
Yeah, the track is still. In fact, it's gone from wet to damp to greasy. It's changing all the time. It looked like the forecast was going to change before with some rain forecast.
How's it gone to the Bentley down the straight?
It's now changed again, Davo.
Already?
The westerly wind it's swirled. It's swirled away. And now it's looking like the sun's going to come out. The track is greasy. This is a drying track.
This is a drying track. We get into the heli and you can see the drying line.
And look here,
Vediger, this is what he did on whoever it was earlier. And he just couldn't make it. He can't make it stick because the grunt of that Bentley on a dry track is just too much for that Ferrari. But is that Bentley is he just making that wider, or is he on a dry tyre as well?
Well, I don't know, Davo. When they started this race, the window wipers were on, and it was certainly raining, and it's polar opposites to that, isn't it? And we can see that lap speed. The Bentley's actually holding itself still, but that Ferrari just looks so much stronger.
It does. It does. Easily.
Way stronger. Actually, the fastest lap of the race, back to Nick McIntyre, he's 8 seconds behind. He's moved himself into third position there. But there we go. Josh is up the inside now. Oh, they're side by side going through this tricky part. I think Glenn's going to have to concede this position here. Is that
is he? Is he?
No,
is he? Doesn't have to because it's inside line for the next corner.
The power of
that Bentley. He's on the wet line.
These cars are still side by side, Davo. Josh taking the outside line. He just doesn't have the grip out there.
All the grunt.
All the grunt. Yeah, and he's going to be a sitting duck in a straight line down here too.
13 and a half minutes to go, viewers. This is on. Oh, here we go again.
There we go. They come out
Josh
of Tremonto, turn
got
10.
nothing.
The big back straight 230 k's approach. You're going to go up the 5th gear through here, through turn 11. High speed stuff, 245 kilometres down to turn 12 as they pitch down from
fast.
5th gear to 2nd gear. What are the cars doing? They're wobbling, they're nervous. Where are their tyre temperatures at? Oh my goodness.
We got to just say, we've got Steve Crossland, we've got Brad Robbins, we've got Aaron Enrock, we've got Gunther Rowe, Ashley Bettiger. It's all happening back here at bloody Pit Central. Do we have any stop goes? No, only Wilton. Well, let's not talk about it. Okay. Ashley Bettiger, just watch it. Are we going to get back up? Because Glenn Dewar and Josh Bettiger at it, hardcore. Here we go. Bettiger up the outside again.
The car's so much stronger. He just doesn't have the horsepower up there. Bentley, and look, I'm just looking a little bit ahead of that car, and I'm seeing the 58 car.
What is that car?
Of Gunter Rowe, and the Lexus just ahead. He is going to play into this game.
And then we've got
Gunter Rowe
in front of that.
Josh having to sidestep there, big time, big evasive move from Josh. So he's hasn't hit the back of Glenn.
Let's have a look at that.
This back market car is going to play into this.
Yeah, Josh going a little deep on the brakes there. Got a little bit checked in the back of the Bentley there, unfortunately.
Look, good hard racers. We know Glenn Dewar's a super hard racer. He knows how to position his car and where to position his car, as does Josh. That, you know, this is great to see. I'm seeing the light change before my eyes. Glenn Dewar dives into the pits. It's looking like what's going to happen?
Dave Zero on his way out.
As a cloud comes over.
Yeah, definitely dulling down. Looks like the rain is coming back. When are we expecting it at JB? 3 minutes or so?
3 minutes from what I'm seeing. You're looking at the same thing as I am.
Yeah.
Fastest lap of the race still stands to Nick Mickindo sitting in P3 on a 1 minute 40.9. He's the only one in the 140s. Next best dressed is probably Josh Bettiger, 140.
Yep, and so we've got Dewar, McIndoe, Davison, Maxwell, Hawkins all in the pits at the moment. Dewar on his way out. McIndoe right behind him now. McIndoe on lap, in position. So that is real time gap there.
Yes. Look, and we know something happened to Nick early on the stage. He was looking a lot stronger as he pitches his pit limiter. We see the rain just starting to fall again.
Here we go. So
that track was drying, wasn't it? And look, the wipers are on.
Well, I don't know what we hope their tyres they're on. Like, if the boys have been running on those bloody slicks all the time, what have they changed to? Did they keep the slicks on? Are these boys running on soft, on wets? Because if they ran on wets that long on such a dry track, what a great job.
Oh, mate, like, the lap times are just so much slower than the last race we saw.
Yeah.
These guys, surely, like, some of them may have changed tyre, got caught out from a weather condition there for whatever reason. Oh my goodness. The rain's come again. That's all we know.
That's all we know. As Gunther up the inside and right there, a little bit of a pain exchange. They have Josh Bettiger just ranging up behind him as Enright gets a little bit wriggly in the BMW. Josh Bettiger right up the back now. race leader.
I can tell you that Glenn Dewar has actually got himself out of that equation. He's pitted. His job is done. Race leader is on his way down through that fast section around the back there. Turns 11, 12, 13, the fastest part of the track. 250 k's through here. And so easy to drift wide here, Dave, and go off track and pick up track cuts. And we've got to make mention that these guys do have track limits to respect also through everything.
Yeah.
And if they exploit those track limits too much, they're going to be forced to serve a bit of a drive through there.
For sure.
So we see Josh
in. You did mention Glenn Dewar halfway down the back shoot.
We will keep on our hawk eyes on how those two rejoin. We saw a brilliant rejoin between Mick and Day and Brad
Robinson. Brad Robinson. Come on.
Yes.
Race 1 was awesome.
Actually, fastest lap of the race now has gone back to Ashley Vediger back in 16th, so he's pulled one out of the bag there. Here we go, Davo.
Picks up on Vediger as he exits the pits. Kenny Simpson goes past. Super long exit.
This is going to be close again. We saw this last time. Dewar's coming through turns 1.
This is going to be
into
close.
Turn 2.
Here we
He's
go.
going to get going again, but this isn't going to be as close as the last one.
No, it's not. There you
got
go.
this job done by a good 200 metres there.
Yep.
Over the 34 of that Bentley.
Cold tire or not, I think he has got a bit of a handle on that. He does have a back marker of Kenny Simpson, I think, in front of him, so hopefully that won't hold him up too much. But there you go. What a crazy race this one's been, JB.
Oh, look, and spectators and viewers watching, this is the stuff you want to see, isn't it? It's exciting. The cars are reacting differently on the track. To be quite honest, most of the boys are keeping this on the track quite well, Davo.
Absolutely, given the conditions, especially in this race.
And this will be hard. This will be really, really hard.
Because the conditions have been chasing throughout the race. You know, like we got rain at the beginning. The track nearly dries out. We got a really nice, tidy, dry line. And just before they start the pit, bam, it starts raining again. Change their mind. Look at it now. The sun's out. Oh my God!
These passing showers are just flying through, and look, it was forecast at the beginning of the week. It didn't come on Saturday, but it's certainly come on Sunday, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, and look, this is it. We've only got a little over 5 minutes to go.
Where's the time gone, Davo?
Oh, it just flies.
Especially Martin, Davo, in 6th place. Look at him.
What the hell?
The AM driver, the Porsche.
And in clean air. So
yes.
Just punching well above his weight tonight. He's actually got Crossy in front of him that also looks like he's struggling. So Martin, given the right attitude, could get another position here.
Look, his car just does, like you say, look so much stronger. So Vaughan, AM driver, 15th overall, but second in the AM class. Mike King, where is Mike King? Missing tonight. Vaughan will take the AM championship lead over Mike King for sure after this round, Davo. New member to Asrnz, animated, lovely guy. We talked to him through the driver interviews last week with our technical difficulties. Lovely guy.
It's
great to see him performing, isn't it?
Just got to keep his head down here as Crossy gives him some space, a little bit, not a lot. Crossy, ever the racer, but knows his limits. The leg side not on the pace. As Vaughan puts that Porsche into 5th position. JB,
I can't believe
what a top
much
effort, man.
how much the field's spread out, Davo.
Yeah, well, that's
It's spread out massively. I'm looking at the
it's like
99.
a bloody enduro race.
Everyone's completed their pit stops. We've got the 99 of Josh Vediger rounding up Dave Zero, who was up in fifth. Something has really not worked in Dave's favour. So
No,
sorry to
not
you there, Urza, tuning in from Italy. Your man's just gone backwards there, but tune in next week and he'll do better.
Yeah, so Josh Vediger in first, Glenn Dewar in second, Nick McIndoe still holding down third position. The cream again rising to the top as we are used to. Maxwell Hawkins, awesome job tonight from him in fourth. But like we just mentioned, Vaughan Martin at the moment is doing a cracking job in fifth position.
Yeah, look, and the gaps on track, I'm almost certain that some of these guys have changed to a different tyre and maybe got caught out in the conditions, Davo.
Oh, I think so. I think Crossy's on a slick or something. Something's not right. He's struggling a little bit. So Vaughan is obviously and clearly taking advantage of that situation. Even with his skill set in the Porsche, so nice work. But we wind down.
Will never give up.
There you go. That's right. And who is that behind that I see? Not too far behind. That's Brad Robinson. So nice work from Bradley.
Solid round for Brad.
No, look, top round for Brad actually, finishing in the top 10 in race 2. Bit tougher race than race 1, clearly. But yeah, nice work in round 1, race 1 should I say. So
these boys just having to really just drive through these conditions, Davo, aren't they?
Well, they don't have much choice, do they? Like they've chosen their tyre of choice, and they've really got to just wear it. And now look at it; it dries out a little bit more, and Crossy comes alive. So is that Lexus on a slick tyre and the Porsche on a wet? It just makes you wonder.
Looking at the way he just drove around the outside there, then yeah.
So yeah, just like it's amazing the difference that a couple of laps can do, JB, with the wrong tyre choice.
On screen, can't you see that dry line forming too?
Yeah. Yeah, we might even pop up in Helicam, and you can see it clearly here.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
And just as you switch to that Helicam, Davo, we do hear the race director say that the leader is on the final lap.
Yes.
That 30 minutes has evaporated like the water on the race line. It is
like the beer in your keyboard. That's right.
Look, and clouds coming over again at the end there, so who knows what's going to happen. Ashley Vedder can take bragging rights at this stage for the fastest lap, which is fantastic.
Now I did notice something Josh just did.
By miles.
That I noticed he just did onto the straight there, is he chased a bit of wet.
Yes, he is actually holding the inside line a lot more.
Yeah, so he looks like he's chasing a bit of wet road there. It'll be interesting to talk to these boys post-race and just see what their tyre choices were. The timers wound down, it's red, it's 0, it's all done and dusted.
And look at
and guess what? It starts raining.
They're about to pour down again. It's been a mixed bag tonight. You'd call it cats and dogs when you're day, mate. But we've got a double.
Look at it.
He's done the double tonight here at Misano.
Well
Josh
done,
Vertiger.
Josh Vertiger.
Congratulations. You raced an outstanding race. Lynn Dewar. Not far behind there either.
No, not far behind. Neither is Bakado either.
Yeah, so those guys kept them honest. There's only 10 seconds between those three cars, Davo, but then a massive gap. Just a huge gap back to Maxwell, who's miles away. And then, so Maxwell's going to finish 4th now, but look at the rest of the field.
Yeah, so next in line is Crossy, who's been in a serious battle with the rest of the boys. So the rest of the field pretty well starts now, doesn't it? Like from Crossy onwards. So, wow, this is a big gap.
Huge gap, huge gap.
Gunter Row with the drive-through.
Oh, unlucky Gunter. As the boys cross the line, we got Nick Davison. Welcome back after our little time out there.
Yeah, Mudgy's sliding out.
Margie's sliding out. I suspect these guys got caught out with a tyre choice, to be honest. Series leader McKellar just coming home in 10th, salvaging what he can. We saw him back at the start there. Mill Enright a lap down.
Definitely Rediger, so close. Bobby Laycock in amongst that battle.
And Wilson Miles down the
so,
pack.
So there you go.
Whew. What
a crazy race that was, JB.
It was great to have viewers from the other side of the world. It was a chat. Thank you for tuning in and cheering on your man, Dave Zero.
Sure.
I know we're going to see more to come from him. He has got super potential there. Put it up in P5 in that quali there. So, look, conditions catching a lot of these drivers out tonight, Davo. Wow.
Yes.
I just can't alliterate how much, how hard this would have been for these guys to adapt to these conditions. Because as a driver, you know, you're searching for that grip and that ultimate line, and all of a sudden everything's gone. Your braking markers aren't there. Your turn's not there. So.
Yeah. Especially when it just rains and then it stops, and then it rains and then it stops. You guys must do your head in as a driver with all your setups in place. You know, like you've only got one pit stop really in a sprint race like we have tonight, and you've got to make it work. And tonight, well, race 2 was not ideal. You really had to think about what you were going to do or take some risks. Really? Yeah.
A lot of risks you had to take. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Where do we start? There's one man that I do want to just grab back into the box. It's it's not this guy.
No,
it's
not you.
You got one job.
No.
I've got this bloody.
To do that.
I've got this bloody sticky mouse, Davo. But this is the guy that I wanted to really.
I don't want to know about your sticky mouse.
he had a nap earlier. He had plenty of time. He had a couple
probably a good thing, but it looks
probably a couple of biscuits too. Ashley Vertiger, look, you did bring it home in 13th. Tough night there, really, in the rain. How was that?
Oh, the rain was fine. It came up that slicks were optimal, and I could see a line drying, and the weather thing said that it was going to be sunny. So I came into the pits, going to change on the slicks, and then the weather app changed to say it was going to rain again in 10 minutes as I was trundling down the pit lane. So I thought, no, I'll leave the wets on. And as I'm trundling out of pit lane, it changed back again to sunny in 10 minutes. And there was a few choice adjectives said to the weatherman.
Yeah. And so you stayed on the wets.
Yeah. So I stayed on the wets.
Yeah.
They looked like 4 tomatoes. They were that bloody red and overpressured. So I thought, shit, I better go and get some slicks. And yeah, so 2 pit stops. That didn't help.
Well,
But,
well,
and then of course it rained again. Couldn't win.
Well, it was great. It was great to watch. We talked about how hard it would have been in there as the decision making that you guys would and thought process you had to go through. But however, you did get the fastest lap of the race, Ashley.
Oh, yes, I don't know how. Well, everybody else was on knackered wets and I was on slicks. So
Yeah.
that's probably why. But yeah, I'm going to sack my weatherman. But I don't know why. But I had massive frame rate issues that race. I was normally sit at a solid 90 frames a second, even at the back of the field. And I was down into the mid 50s there, and that made it very difficult.
Oh, that'll hurt.
Yeah, nothing.
No excuses. Would have been better if I didn't stop twice, but never mind.
Yeah, well, technical difficulties aside, you might not have had the best tyre choice, but you did pick the right tyre at the right time to get the fastest lap of the race, actually by quite a margin, to be quite honest. I'd like to congratulate you on that.
It wasn't a boring race, that's for sure.
Yeah. Nice work, Ash.
Well, we'll leave you to it. It's been lovely talking to you, Ash. You can go and have a good rest in the cuppa after this one.
Yeah, I'm off to see the weather now. Right. See you.
See you, mate.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, there you go.
There's a quick insight.
I had to dive into the mid pack there, Dave.
Well worth it. Well worth it.
Just have a bit of a chat to some of those guys that were actually making some pace out there, and actually some good pace that he did make on that tyre. So not all doom and gloom there.
No.
However, the race result probably wouldn't suggest that. Anyhow, we do have our winners and podium getters to talk to. Who did we have here? We had a guy who is running second in the championship at the moment. He'd been carrying 20 kilos of weight through that. He's had a pretty good night, to be honest.
And probably deserves a beer. He's done all right.
Oh, he deserves more than a beer. Congratulations, Nick. P3. Pretty difficult conditions in that second one.
Yeah, they were tough. They were. The beamer was pretty hooked. It was pretty good. So yeah, I just got spun early on in the piece and had to work my way back a little bit. I only lost a couple of spots, I think, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we picked up on that something happened and you did drop back a bit there. Not sure what happened, but either way, you did work your way back to the podium. You're only 5 seconds adrift from Glyn, who was only 5 seconds adrift from Josh, so you did make good time because you were miles ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, 17 seconds or something, eh? You put in a bit of practice during the week, and you know what conditions are like and where you can ride curbs and stuff like that, eh? Where you can't.
Yeah, well, mate, this bodes your championship well. You finished above your main rival Jake there, who's had a mediocre
had a shocker,
couple of rounds,
to be honest.
Oh damn.
However, with your misfortunes you've had throughout, and he's had a pretty clean run the whole way too. This is what championships are about. You've got to be there or thereabouts, and you take your losses on the chin too. So, anyway, congratulations on your P3. It was entertaining to watch as spectators. How did I really want to know about your tyres? We talked to Ashley a little bit earlier, and his tyres, he said we like tomatoes.
And he went full wets all the way through.
Yep, same. I think, it wouldn't have, hindsight now, it wouldn't have worked, would it? It started raining, but I think it was still wet enough. I mean, I was 38 psi. Yeah, they were ballooning, but it was drivable, manageable. You just
Is that
had
on a
to-
wet tyre?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, it was alright. I circulated.
But,
Any-
mate,
any
the
chat- any
results,
ch-
the results to speak for themselves. So.
Any chat out there if any guys were brave enough to do slicks or went on slicks?
Yep. I think a few people did. And I think they're backpack.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Word on the street.
Well, look, we're not privy to some of that inside information. It was great to hear that you've been through the bunkers and talked to those gents. Congratulations on your P3. Grab a beer from the fridge. You deserve that. Your championship's looking good after this round.
Yes, definitely.
Where did
However,
Jake
I
end up in that one?
P10-ish, somewhere around there.
Okay. Yep.
All over it, mate. You'll be right.
You're off to an enduro next round at Silverstone. You will be carrying weight for that. So
Once again.
I'm sure you can't.
I'm
wait
sure you're used
for
to
that.
it by now.
Yeah, I sort of am, mate. That 20 to 25 kgs, it's getting used to it.
Well, however, you were carrying weight this round, so you've done all right. You can't unhappy about that round. So congratulations.
Yep. Cheers, boys.
And enjoy the stream tonight.
Will do. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thanks, Nick.
Cheers. See you.
User was moved out of
Awesome
your
stuff.
Here we go. Third place getter Nick McIndoe running second championship currently. We'll grab the guy that we were meant to.
The other guy.
Yeah, the other guy that we dragged down here was meant to be. I had a bloody sticky mouse, Davo, but he's here now. We've grabbed
Keeps
him.
talking about his sticky mouse, Glenn.
What the hell's going on?
I want to know about his sticky
Oh, yeah.
mouse.
No, I don't want the peanuts, and I certainly don't want the sticky mouse. Jesus. Anything going on down there?
It does sound dodgy, doesn't it? But anyway, we've got the dodgiest guy in here. He did get B2. He's driving a Bentley.
And going fast.
And he was going
enough.
fast, and he was going sideways too. We saw some sideways action there in
Yeah.
practice, didn't we, Davo?
Lots of drifting in practice. Lots of drifting. It was awesome. But none in the race. You were heads down, mate. So nice work.
Yeah, we made Joshy earn it, eh? You know, we know what class act he is, so he was probably always going to come through. But we just held him up for a bit and gave him a bit of fun to work with. But hey, look, I actually really enjoyed race one with Ashley and Crossy as well. I didn't obviously get the chance to talk to you guys, but I really just enjoyed tonight. Mixed bag on the weather, obviously. There's guys not loving it as much, and some loving it. But I'm loving it.
Hey, well, look, the rain was a mixed bag, like you said. It was there in the practice sessions. It came to quali in the first race, and it was dry. You had a beautiful optimum track for race one. No surprises that the rain did turn up for race two. Oh my God, changing conditions, like you said. How were your tyres, and what was your strategy, mate?
Well, look, starting from pole, I was a little surprised that Joshy went back and maybe changed his setup a little bit, because I could see the rain coming 3 minutes into that quali session, and in a 6-minute session, I just went for it. So that, you know, put me on that front row, and I thought that was critical to having some clear vision. Pulled Crossy up just slightly there, probably saved him a penalty because he was overlapped at the start. Just said, hey bud, let's get this right. And then we took off. Car wasn't good for the first lap, and then it come good, and then I drove the thing as straight as I possibly could as the track was drying out. And then when I saw Josh cleared Crossy, I had to go for it, and it was just on the pit entry. I was toggling over the change tyre button or not. Didn't really know what anyone else had done, and I saw 3 minutes time there was some more rain, and I thought with the stop and rain to come, it might cool the 36 psi fiery red tyres down enough. And
it's so 36 psi. Yeah,
and it turns out it was a good call. I couldn't stop Joshy. He clearly did the 2 more laps and overcut us, which was great work by Joshy. He's renowned for
Class
that.
act, yeah.
Yeah, he's synonymous for really making the calls correctly, and he was faster. So, could see McIndoe come in as well at the back end, but we just managed the tyre. I thought the tyre hot on a drying track was a better option than a slick on a greasy track. That was my opinion.
Yeah, I think McIndoe was just chilling too. He's just like, he knew he couldn't really get, like, even if he caught you guys, he couldn't challenge anything. So he's just like, take the position. He did well to be in third again.
But it was, you know what, it was really cool just to have these varying conditions and like shit. I don't know. I think I qualified 9th or 10th for race 1. I just didn't get the pressures right. I didn't adapt to the dry track. I wasn't ready for it. Brad.
Yeah, we wondered that.
There's so many guys did great jobs tonight.
Standouts for Brad and even Dave Zero. I know he went backwards in that race too, but man, he was up there. Bourne was red hot racing hard too. Yeah.
No, I thought it was nice. It was cool. And we salvaged the 4-2, so I can't complain at that.
Yeah. Look, I reckon the weather definitely mixed it up. Lots of guys that have practiced wet races or wet setups throughout the last 2 weeks pretty well. And, like we turned up and we had a dry race 1. So
we couldn't believe it. We thought it was going to rain, Davo.
So we thought, well,
I thought it was great.
Yeah, so that to like cat amongst the pigeons, and then bam, we got like a really seriously changing wet race at to finish it off in race 2, and it just mixed the whole night up. It really did. It was
so.
Awesome.
What about you guys? Did from a comms and a spectator's perspective, and obviously, directing this thing from the comms, was it good to watch?
Oh, of course.
It's always good to watch.
It's always good to watch. You guys. The field definitely spread in the rainy conditions in race 2.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, but just we weren't sure like that on the tyre choices. Obviously, throughout the pit stops, we had some really tight pit stop or pit exit entries, didn't we, JB, in race 1?
Yeah.
Yep. So we're interested to see how it was going.
And I think it's what's coming a little bit clearer now after hearing what you're talking about is that the slick tyre at one point was optimum and definitely going fast as the wet tyre was ballooning out. However, staying on it wasn't too bad. You just had to manage a bad wet tyre until it either cooled down or the conditions changed.
I didn't. Obviously, I went wet. I stayed on the wet, so I can't really speak for the guys on the slicks. But during the practice sessions, when it did rain and you were caught out there on a slick, I thought it was, marginal. And the way I went past Kenny at the back end of race 2, there, he was clearly on a slick. And it didn't look like a lot of fun with that amount of traction loss. So for me,
the guy in 13th place. The guy in 13th place, Ashley Vediger, we dragged him in earlier and congratulated him on the fastest lap of the race in 13th.
Yeah. There you go.
And like he was a good second and a half quicker, or 1.2 seconds quicker than any of you. Yeah. So
when we were watching, I think it was Crossy also, and I think it was Mule right towards the end of the race there, and I'm sure Crossy was on a slick tyre, and he had nothing. He had nothing. For Buell, who's mid-pack in the championship. So, awesome stuff. Good insight. Thanks, Gleno, again.
Yeah, no, cheers, boys.
Great.
Appreciate it. Always nice to have the opportunity to talk to you. I said to JB earlier on the phone today, I said, there's no guarantees in this game whether you're going to make the top 3. And
And look, congratulations. You've done well. You've netted 2 great results. So has McIndoe up the top end of town. The championship's closing up. Jake McKellar's glory run has had a little bit of a hiccup tonight.
Yes,
However,
definitely.
That we'll talk about that going into the Enduro at Silverstone next week, round 8. You will probably be privy to some more kilos of cement in the back of that Bentley,
of course,
which is no surprises for anybody up the pointy end. So congratulations, Glenn. Carry on your good form. We wish you well going to Silverstone. Great to hear from you.
Yeah, really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for your
Dano.
thanks for your broadcast. Cheers.
Yeah, good on you, mate.
User was moved out of your channel.
There you go.
JB.
We're just gonna drag him straight down before he
We got one more.
disappears off to. Yeah, we got our race winner, Josh. Vinegar.
Hello.
Thank you for your patience. I saw you looking through the door there. Here's your bottle of champagne. You can spray that everywhere, like the rain that was falling from the sky in Misano. Talk us through your night. It was certainly challenging for a lot of you.
Yeah, no, the second race was very interesting. Yeah, it was a tough call as to whether to go dries or wets, but I just wanted to see, like, the conditions have been very changeable all night, so I just wanted to wait until the last moment to be able to pit, so I had as good of an idea of what the weather's going to do as possible. And yeah, fortunately, my wet tyres didn't explode after ballooning up to 36 psi and being all red, and the rain finally arrived.
Sounds like a common theme tonight. I think.
Yeah.
We heard your father talking about tomatoes.
I think he said 38.
Yeah.
I'm not trying hard enough.
Yeah, well, it sounds like his were the ripest. Your dad did set the fastest lap of the race back in 13th, Josh.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
By quite a margin too.
So up your game, Joshy. Come on.
Yeah.
The old man's.
Did he set that on dry tyres?
Yeah, back in 18th. Doesn't matter what.
I don't know. It doesn't matter what.
He was in
18th. He set the fastest lap of the race. So, he'll have his cup of tea and biscuit and go back to sleep. But you did do the double tonight. Yeah, well done, bud.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, it was a good battle with Glenn. I just think I did a couple extra laps after Glenn pitted when the track was still dry, so I think that helped. Because when
I think it helped
I pitted, it had just started raining, so Glenn was trying to catch up whilst it was a bit wet. So I think that might have helped me out a little bit. But it was fun battling with him.
Yeah, it definitely showed. It was definitely a strategy race. Even you guys staying on the same tyre, it's just like how you manage that weather, and like when you guys pitted, and it showed. That little gain is worth so much at this end of the season. So
yeah, your car looked good all night, Josh. Look, it's no surprises to see you up here. We've talked in the past about your successes here at Asrnz. You're one of the most successful drivers here, certainly in the GT3s. I will let the viewers and yourself know again about your stats. 2017, first in the GT3s. First in the GT3s, 2018. First in the GT3s, 2018. A triple crown. Second in the GT3s, 2019. Second in the GT3s, 2020. First in the GT3s, 2020. These are 10 to 8 week championships
the list goes
that
on.
you're sewing up. If you're not first, you're second. If you're not second, you're first. You're an outstanding young man, Josh.
Cheers, guys.
And congratulations. It's great to see you up here on the podium here at Misano. The rain's still falling. The track temperature is 22 degrees. The race is over. We're off to Silverstone for the next round. Congratulations. You're going to be carrying a good 30 kilos of cement in the back of that Ferrari, so good luck with that.
If it wasn't slow enough already. Okay.
Yeah.
Look, enjoy the stream tonight, Josh. Congratulations. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Yes.
Your old man's got the bragging rights for the first fastest lap. So, yes, go and enjoy.
Cheers, guys.
Good night, Josh. Well done, mate.
We'll see you later.
See ya.
User was moved out of your channel.
Perhaps, Davo,
Yes.
perhaps, whatever.
We're both here.
Yeah,
it's
we're all
okay.
here.
That's a crazy race. A little bit up and down with the weather tonight. Dude, man.
Yeah. As much as they're on and off their game, so are we. But look,
yeah, a little bit.
Hey, we didn't have the technical difficulties tonight. We hope all the
Thanks.
viewers did enjoy the racing. Thank you again to our viewers from overseas and
Oh, we've got one from
Italy there.
Italy.
Yeah,
awesome.
tuning in and giving us a feedback through the Twitch stream there. I know your brother Dave had a fantastic race. So tune in again next week. We're wishing him the best
Please
luck.
do.
Share it around with all your European friends and across the ditch, wherever you are. We want to see you here again next week. This is shaping up to be a great one.
We got Enduro Silverstone next week.
Yep.
JB, it's been awesome, man.
Championship's tightening up, Davo.
Oh, it's coming down to the crunch.
It is.
So, see everyone next week. Thanks for everyone for joining in. That's enough for us. I'm out of here. Davo. And
JB out too.
See you guys.